Fun Time with Pepper. In this episode of Fun Time with Pepper, Pepper goes trick-or-treating and decides she really likes the big candy bars.
In this episode of Fun Time with Peppa, a witch casts a spell on a forest ranger, and causes him to lose his memory. There once was a forest ranger, who was walking through the wilderness. He unexpectedly came upon an enchanted grove of trees. He did not realize the grove was owned by a very evil witch. The forest ranger grew very tired from his long journey, and decided he needed to lay down, to rest. He noticed there was a sign that read "Danger, keep out," but, because he was so tired, he went into the grove anyway. When the witch saw that the forest ranger came into her grove, she cast a spell on him, and he lost his memory. When the forest ranger woke up from his nap, he was very confused. He didn't know where he was, or who he was. He didn't know what to do. He wandered around trying to remember where he came from. But nothing was familiar to him. He sat down on the ground very sad and troubled. In the distance he heard a buzzing sound. Suddenly, a bee came by and asked, "What's wrong? You seem very sad. Is everything all right?" The forest ranger explained that he couldn't remember who he was or where he came from. "I know who can help you," said the bee. "Go down this path here and you will find a ladybug." The ranger was glad for the bee's help and thanked her for her kindness. He walked down the trail and eventually found the ladybug. He asked the ladybug for her help. "What can I do for you?" asked the ladybug. "I have forgotten everything. I only remember things from when I was way over there. I can't remember anything else. I need help." "Very well," said the ladybug. "Go down this path and you will come to a unicorn with wings. She will be able to help you." The ranger thanked the ladybug for her help and started down the path that led to the unicorn. Soon the man found the unicorn prancing through the woods. He asked the unicorn for her help. "Can you please help me? I have lost my memory and would like to go home." The unicorn suspected that the forest ranger was a victim of the witch. The unicorn used her magical powers to get the witch to appear. When the witch appeared, the unicorn asked the witch to give the ranger his memory back. The witch said that she took his memory because he had trespassed onto her grove. The unicorn said that it was not nice to remove his memory. The witch considered the unicorn's words and decided to give his memory back. The forest ranger thanked both the witch and the unicorn and returned home happily. The moral of the story is never go into a place that's marked "Danger, keep out." Always obey the signs.
In this episode of Fun Time with Pepper, Pepper and her friends are trick-or-treating and find out that the ghost tree can grant them a wish.
One Halloween, Peppa and her friends, Randolph the wizard, and Esmeralda the fairy, were having a fun time gathering treats from the neighborhood. When suddenly, a magic spider appeared. "What is this strange spider?" asked Peppa, staring at the strange creature. "I know what it is," said Randolph. "It's an enchanted spider from the magical realm." Just as Randolph spoke those words, the spider began to glow.
Find the ghost tree and it will grant you a wish.
Suddenly the spider disappeared. The ghost tree? Questioned Esmeralda. Where are we going to find that? I know, said Peppa. We can ask the wise pumpkin. With that, Peppa pulled out her magic wand and the three friends were transported to the spooky pumpkin patch. Well, this spooky pumpkin patch doesn't frighten me, said Randolph, looking very nervous. I'm not afraid, said Peppa, also with a bit of concern in her voice. The three friends walked through the patch, not realizing the pumpkins were rising up behind them. Suddenly they stopped as a loud, scary voice cried out.
Who is in my pumpkin patch?
It is I, Peppa the Wondrous Witch. And me, Esmeralda the Fairy of the Woods. And me, Randolph the Wizard.
What do you want?
Cried the wise but scary pumpkin. We're trying to find the ghost tree, replied Esmeralda. Do you know where we can find it?
No,
said the wise pumpkin.
but the pirate does.
Where can we find the pirate? Asked Peppa.
On Pirate Mountain. But a warning, you must not show fear, or the pirate will take you to his ship, and you will serve him for 20 years.
I'm not afraid, said Peppa. Nor am I, said Randolph. And with that Randolph held up his staff and the three were transported to Pirate Mountain. Pirate Mountain was high on the very top of the Misty Mountain range. Old ship wreckages, and chests once filled with riches, laid all around. I'll bet the pirate is located where that green glow is, said Esmeralda. The three friends walked carefully towards the glowing light. Remember, said Peppa. No fear. No fear, repeated Randolph. As the three friends approached the light they saw the pirate, his head floating in the air.
Arg, what do you want?
We're here to ask you a question, responded Peppa.
What question?
Asked the pirate. Do you know where we can find the ghost tree? Asked Randolph.
Before I answer that, let me ask you, are ye afraid?
No, said Esmeralda with a strong voice.
Good,
said the pirate.
because if ye had any fear, I would take you to my ship and have you serve me 20 years. Since ye are of good courage, I will tell you, ye will find the ghost tree in the haunted forest. But beware, there are ghosts there. They don't take kindly to strangers.
Thank you for your help, replied Esmeralda.
Fare ye well.
And with that, Esmeralda used her fairy magic to transport the three friends to the haunted forest. As the three friends arrived, they saw the forest was a creepy forest, made from old twisted trees. Let's go down this path, suggested Peppa. Keep your eyes out for ghosts, said Randolph. The three walked carefully through the forest. I don't see any ghosts, said Peppa. Just then, it was obvious that ghosts were starting to appear all around them. The three said nothing but kept walking. Suddenly, the ghost tree appeared and gave a horrible scream. The three friends were very afraid of the screaming the ghost tree made.
What are you doing here in my forest?
Questioned the ghost tree. We're here to ask for a wish, said Peppa. The ghost tree spun around and gave another chilling scream. After looking at the three friends for a long moment, the ghost tree asked,
What is the wish?
We wish for lots of candy, said Esmeralda.
Candy?
questioned the ghost tree.
Really? You want lots of candy?
Yes, replied all three.
Why don't you just go trick-or-treating?
Asked the ghost tree. Oh yeah, we could just do that, replied Peppa. That would be more fun too, said Randolph. Great suggestion, said Esmeralda. Thank you. With that, the ghost tree shook his head and disappeared back into the forest. The three friends returned to the neighborhood and collected a large stash of candy by the end of the night. And that is the story of the ghost tree.
In this episode of Fun Time with Pepper, Pepper attends a witch festival, where she meets all kinds of witches.